fact that it was pull-up jumpers, fall-away jumpers, three-point shots, that's pivotal because whatever you do on the interior is not going to supersede what Giannis can bring to the table. In 11 minutes, the guy had about 19 points for crying out loud. He was en route to a monster game, and that was on a bum ankle coming into the game. Giannis Antetokounmpo was ready to go, no question about it. But we all know that his limitation is his perimeter shooting and pretty much nothing else. The fact that he doesn't have a reliable, consistent perimeter shot, when you are his teammate, you have to be somebody that brings that element to the equation because it keeps opposing defenses honest. It makes them spy a little bit, even when they want to key on a Greek freak. They have to make sure they've got a watchful eye on that guy that has the ability to close for them, plus to spell from him, take pressure off him, to look at the Greek freak and say, yo, man, step aside. I got this. Watch me do what I do. Now, obviously, they don't compare KP. Please don't get me wrong. But if you remember, en route to their first championship or so, all right? In the NBA Finals, the Los Angeles Lakers are going up against the Indiana Pacers in 2000. What happens is, I think it was Game 4. I'm trying to remember whether it was Game 4. I think it was Game 4, Game 5. Shaquille O'Neal ultimately goes out, fouls out or whatever. Kobe's like, I got this. I got this. What I'm saying to you is when you think about a number two, even though at that particular moment in time, Kobe Bryant, who never wanted to be anybody's number two, God rest his soul, he had to be it at that particular moment because Shaq was in his prime. He said, I got this, and took over against the Reggie Millers, the Mark Jacksons, the Jalen Roses of the world, and others, and closed the deal and ultimately helped propel the Lakers to a championship. I'm not comparing the players. I'm simply saying that that kind of mentality, when you are a superstar, particularly a superstar big man, that's what people are looking for. What they saw in Kobe Bryant that day once Shaq went out. You're looking for that guy. Khris Middleton was that yesterday. And if he is that guy, then Milwaukee is a completely different team. We just don't know whether or not he's that guy on a consistent basis. And right now, our answer would be no. But today, we give him major props. He showed up, and he saved Milwaukee's season. Eric Bledsoe wasn't bad either. But Khris Middleton was something special yesterday.
Stephen A., I can't disagree with you on far as Khris Middleton. But I still in all, I take nothing away from Milwaukee winning that game yesterday. The Miami Heat handed them that game. That was the worst game the Miami Heat played all postseason. When you look at it, and teams have a tendency of doing that. When a star player go out, they get relaxed. We saw things that the Miami Heat team done yesterday that they never do. They were throwing behind the back passes for turnovers. One time, Goran Dragic got on the break. He tried to go behind his back, wrap the ball around his back to go lay it up. You should have seen Eric Spoelstra's face. The Miami Heat handed them the game. They got relaxed, and they just because they thought they had it because Giannis went out. And credit to Milwaukee Bucks, they just kept fighting. But I'm pretty sure I would love to be a fly on the wall in the film session today because Eric Spoelstra probably be rewinding all those clips, all those Miami Heat non-plays that don't fit their culture. That's not how they play. Man, they was playing completely sloppy, taking bad shots, so they basically handed them a win yesterday. We're going to see a totally different Miami Heat team come tomorrow. We're going to see the same Miami Heat team that we seen in game 1, 2, and 3. Last night they got relaxed. They started acting like they was at Rutgers Park and one mixtape, man. So I'm not looking to diving too far into the Bucks pulling off that win.
Well, the reason I think we could, it's not because you're wrong about anything you're saying, because Miami definitely had the game. It was theirs to win, and they blew it. But the flip side to it is that we can't ignore what we saw from Middleton because it forces us to ask ourselves, if Middleton were to play like that with Giannis on the floor, what would they be? And that's where it becomes a bit compelling and a bit interesting to literally ask, okay, if he gave us this, and we can rely on him to close like that, what will Milwaukee look like? Because that's what he should be doing on a more consistent basis.
Right, but here it is, though, Stephen A. Smith. It's hard for him to do that when Giannis is so ball dominant, right? So when you look at the Milwaukee offense, and I said this yesterday on Hoop Stream, I said the offense looks so better for Milwaukee when Giannis is not on the floor. You know why? Because it's better ball movement, it's better body movement. When Giannis is on the floor, it's one-dimensional. Throw it up to Giannis, he's going to kick out to three-point shooters. It's easy to guard. So what happened was when he went out, they all of a sudden, Bud was able to put in guys' motion. He was able to see something that we haven't saw in a long time. He established Brook Lopez on the block during certain times where he hit a big hook shot and guys felt involved. With Giannis on the floor, because he's so ball dominant, they're just spacing and saying, we got to wait up and spot up, which is easy to guard. So, yes, I do give them credit because the offense look a ton better.
But, KP, is Giannis so ball dominant because he has to be and Budenholzer says they have to be? Or is it by choice? What I'm saying to you is that when you're the Greek freak and you got a guy like Middleton balling like that, you do know how to move aside and be like, yo, man, take this over. You on the road. Do your thing. It's your time. Remember, Shaquille O'Neal had issues with free throws. So we going to give Shaq the ball for 3.5 quarters. But when it's time to close, Kobe, come here, handle this. Because he gonna do everything. That's my point. You could do that if you trusted your number two. And yesterday went a long way towards Khris Middleton earning everybody's trust. And that's what I'm saying.
I agree. No, I agree with you on that. But Miami plays sloppy.
I agree with that.
All right, I need a yes or no. And this is a true yes or no because we're a 1-hour show. Is the series over, Stephen A?
Yes, Miami wins Game 5.
Perk?
You could cancel Christmas, Molly. Miami getting Game 5.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.